Today we are going to talk about a little glitch that is going on with the Princess website that I want any of the travel advisors who are here with me to know about in case you haven't seen it yet. We're also going to talk about a ship being used during the Olympics for some of the athletes, an update from Carnival Cruise Line, and some other things that I feel like we need to talk about together, as well as keeping our finger on the pulse of the Let's Go family. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Friday. It is August 4th of 2023. I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to our channel. We need to have you here with us. We have an amazing group of people who cruise here, who share their experience, their expertise, lots of tips to make sure that all of us can have a more wonderful experience together. It's also a lot of fun to talk about cruising, even when we don't get to go cruising for a while again, or if we have never been. So please hit that subscribe button and join us. Tonight we are planning to do our live at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, so that will be 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So come and join us. It probably won't be as long as usual, because tomorrow morning I am going to leave and go to Boston to visit our son and his family, our cute little granddaughters. And so I still have a lot to do, so it probably won't be 2.5 hours long as it sometimes does go on Friday nights, but come and join us for at least an hour or so, because we'd love to have you. Bring your questions, bring whatever you'd like to talk about to do with cruising. Now, I want to also let's start off with a quick update. I know that we have some travel advisors here. I love it when I hear from all of you. I feel like it's really important to support each other and be in it together. So over on Polar Online, they are having server problems. So if you are requesting copies of booking confirmations, they're not coming out. The last couple of days, I have received them hit or miss when I have requested them. And so I just wanted to put that out there because I've been having all this trouble for the last few days, and finally there is a banner up on Polar Online to let everyone know that those booking confirmations are not going out like they should be. So also, if you are waiting for yours to come and your travel agent has said that they will get them for you, hang on a minute, because they are working their hardest. They're just not coming from Princess right now. So the next thing that I am so excited about this. So there is a cruise ship, and it's called the Aranui, and it is like half of a freight ship and so the front part is a freight ship and the back of it is a cruise ship, and it usually sails around like the Marquises, French Polynesia, does like 12-day cruises down there. And that ship, it has like 100 cruise cabins is how big that region of the ship is. They are going to house the surfers who will be at the Paris Olympics. How exciting is that? I thought that was so fun. They have like a rule that the athletes have to be housed in housing that is within 45 minutes of the Olympics there, of the event venues. And so I just think this is really exciting. I hope that all of the surfers enjoy it there, and I am actually going to keep my eye out and see if any of them post on social media what their experience is like on that ship. I know a very long time ago, over 20 years ago, Gordon's parents went on a cruise down in French Polynesia on a ship similar to this. I don't know if it was the same one or not, but they absolutely loved it. So if you're someone that would like to explore in a little bit different way than on your regular cruise ship, you might want to take a look at this because it sounds like it would be a lot of fun. I think you get to stop at other port stops that you wouldn't usually stop at on a regular cruise ship. Gives you a chance to see a little bit more of that region there. So anyway, and the other fun thing to think about is if you are thinking about going to those Paris Olympics, you might want to consider while you're over there, like adding a river cruise, adding some other travel. But river cruises, since we like to cruise here, I think would be a really natural alternative. So if you need any help with that, you can ask me. I'm good at that. I'd be delighted to help you. So yeah, river cruising and the Paris Olympics sounds nice. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but the crew on cruise ships have to pay to use the internet. When we were just on Princess, I asked one of the crew members how much they have to pay, and they said they have to pay $2 a day if they want to use the internet. And you don't have to do it for every day. You just pay $2 on the day that you want to use it. I was really excited that Carnival has just announced that for all of their crew members, they are going to, starting on August 1st, all of the team members, everyone who works on a a Carnival ship, is going to receive a complimentary 100-minute internet voucher during the month of their birthday. So I thought that was really special and that they recognize their crew in that special way. The crew members also have the option that if they are in port, a day the ship is in port, they can pay $1 to have internet access for 4 hours. And in addition to that, they do provide complimentary WhatsApp messaging. So if you're not familiar with WhatsApp, it kind of works like you can use it like a phone with Wi-Fi calling, but you can also message, and that's another good way for people to keep in touch when they just have Wi-Fi and aren't wanting to use the phone. So I'm really glad that that is complimentary as well. And I also like that as part of the news release about that, Carnival pointed out that they have not raised the price for crew internet since pricing was in 2019. So I think it's awesome. They're not trying to charge their crew members more to use the internet. Now, it was really interesting. I watched Don Terrace, his video on Don's family vacation. I watched it today because I get a really big kick out of hearing, like it's really good for me to hear what he thinks because he really enjoys Princess an awful lot as well. And he was going through his surgery and everything that went with that last week when Princess made all of these announcements. So now we're hearing from him what he thinks about this, and he is not happy with the way Princess rolled this out. I have said that the whole time, especially, I don't hope I was really direct, especially in our live when we were talking about it last Friday night. So if you missed that, you might want to miss it because we had a great conversation with everyone in the live about those changes. But Princess has definitely, as we all know by now, increased their prices. And I think the worst part of all of that is the way they rolled it out. If you want to do that, okay, fine, but it needs to start, on the day that you introduce those changes. You can't make it retroactive and make people pay more for a cruise that they've already committed to and already paid for. So I agree with him on that. And but another thought that I had that kind of goes with this is we have read over the last few days, like in the comments here and in so many other places on lots of Facebook forums, just all over the place, a lot of people are not happy about this. You have a lot of people, I'm one of those people that I just think, well, this is the way it is now, and I have to decide what I'm going to do about it. And so that's clearly how everyone is. You see, okay, that's how it is now, and I've got to decide what I'm going to do. But there are quite a few people that say that they're not going to cruise on Princess again because of the way they are doing this. And I would say that it's not mostly because of the cost of what they're introducing, but the way they did it. In that if you had already had your cruise booked, and you booked it before December 14th when they made all those changes with the Plus and Premier packages, you're going to have to pay the extra amount to have what you thought you had already paid for and what you were going to have when you booked your cruise before then. So that is what really has people upset. So we have people all the way from people who are not going to go with Princess again and clear over to people who are like, well, I guess I'll still go. I'm not really crazy about this, but I'll still go. Now, as I think of that whole model and the whole way that they introduced it, it brings to my mind what they must think about their elite passengers. In a day or two here, I'm going to talk to you about the perks and how those have changed a little bit over the years if you are trying to build your loyalty with Princess, or if you are already elite, what you get if you're platinum, ruby, gold, and blue. Blue is your first cruise. But anyway, so watch for that. But usually, businesses really value their loyal customers. They do everything that they can to build a loyal customer base, and then they cater to it because really, your elite passengers, in this example with Princess and on all the other cruise lines, it's their bread and butter. It's the ones that keep things going. I thought back to the beginning of cruising again after the restart, and who was it that signed up first? It was everyone who had cruised before, especially with the different cruise lines. People chose who they wanted to go with. And believe me, it was hard at the beginning. You had to do a test within that tight window. You had to wear a mask. You had to prove that you were vaccinated. And then when you were on board, you had to watch that social distancing thing they wanted you to do. And like I said, wear a mask. I'll just tell you, I hate wearing a mask. But I did it so that I could go on cruises. Yeah, I did. So these are what loyal customers do. They are the people that are with you through thick and thin. And I really feel like when you introduce changes this way with no disregard for anyone who has got a cruise booked with you previously, you kind of throw a little bit of water on them and don't treat them the way you should. So I am hoping that Princess will learn from this situation, and the next time that they want to introduce changes, that they will perhaps give it a little bit more thought and what it really means to people. The other thing that is really hard and people are upset about is that stupid blue lane thing. That's about the dumbest thing I've heard in a long time. I'm just throwing that out there. You take your people who are loyal to you and you put them in a blue lane? That does not fly, especially people outside of the United States that have no control over ordering the medallion. So that was kind of my rant. Now, another thing that goes along with that is I have really been keeping my eye, and so I wanted to share with you some of the comments that I have just seen on our Facebook group and in the comments under our videos, because I really pay an awful lot of attention to what you all are saying, because it really helps me know what you all are thinking, and it really informs a lot of what I think about, helps me make some choices, things like that. So we have people who say, you know what, it's okay that the price is going up, and if you need to raise the prices more so that we can have good food, please go ahead and do that. We've got a lot of people who also say Princess is doing everything Princess is doing is something I'll have to accept as long as their incredible service and smile factor isn't compromised. I love that. Is eating the number one reason people go on cruises, or is it to visit the amazing places in the world? Now, I want to let you, so tell me in the comments, not only what you think about what's going on with Princess and the whole thing, like we were just talking about, but also when you tell someone that you go on a cruise, do they assume that you just go for the food? A lot of people do that to me. Like you say, oh, we went on a cruise. Oh, you must like to eat. You eat a lot on cruise ships, don't you? Nobody ever says to me, how many amazing places do you get to go see on one cruise? What was your favorite port? Nobody ever says that to me. They'll say, did you have a nice time? But generally when someone knows that you like to go on a cruise, they assume that you like to eat. Well, everybody eats, but we have foodies that really enjoy the food experience. You have the whole range of people. So I just think that's kind of funny. So let me know what you think about that as well. And I do look forward to talking to you. We'll see you again tonight on our live, and be ready for a fun time when you come. And if you appreciate this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.